When you go live, but you forget to change what game you're playing. Okay, so everything should work. When you go live. Okay, so I don't know why, but for whatever reason, OBS is not, or not OBS, Opera GX is not doing its button press audio cues, which is strange, but that's, you know, fine-ish. Okay, so, why are we live today? Well, I've got to rotate my schedule. Because there's a fair that I want to go to. The fair is open during the day, not during the night. I'm usually awake at night because I work nights, and that means that I need to rotate my schedule about 12 hours. Which means that today is not going to be a fun day for me. But, in the meantime, we've got some stuff in Satisfactory to do. Satisfactory is booting up. We should be able to get the game capture going any second now. Just give it a minute. The game is launching, I promise. So, last time we played Satisfactory, we ran into a tiny problem with plastic. Actually, hang on. It's kind of warm in here. Need to get some airflow. That should be like immediately after. Yeah, because that's at 57. That's at 50. Yeah, so we'll just pull it back to the where I saved the game, because I think I accidentally left the game running for a minute or two. It'll be fine. But we ran into an issue where I need plastic. And I was attempting with my brain fog to figure out how we're going to adjust our plastic situation, and if we're going to get more oil, and if we're going to get more power, and if we're going to get more turbo fuel. And the solution for that ends up being a bit simpler than I thought. It's still a bit of a complicated solution, but it is simpler than I thought it would be. It just, you know, it'll require building like another 30 turbo fuel power generators. It's totally not a problem. Okay, so I'm standing on this. Wire, steel pipe. Was I doing this? Yeah, I was working on that. Okay, but we'll leave that there because that's at least, you know, marked. Okay, so I'm actually going to change which thing I use so that you can see what I'm going to be planning on doing here. Okay, so if I get 415 oil, I can make all the plastic I need, because I need about 240 plus a little bit extra. The runoff, the residual oil, heavy oil, I can turn into packaged fuel. The packaged fuel I then have to unpack, and this solves itself. I just need to make like a closed loop. And then, of course, I just need a little bit of extra compacted coal. And then I can make a bunch of turbo fuel. Now, the reason I have this is to see how much turbo fuel one generator burns per minute. Because if that just burns 7.5 a minute, and I need like 31, I can take one off and start packaging turbo fuel. Which works out great, but I need to get 415 oil. So, we are going to visit the oil field, and we are going to, well, I should, actually, let me look up that list again, because I said all that. I didn't actually take notice of the things that we need. 7, 15, that's 22, 27, 39... I'm going to call it 40 refineries and 30 generators. Production... 40 refineries. Power... 30 generators. And that is the list of all the shit that we're going to need. Probably should start like looking into absorbing materials into the spatial depot. Because building additional refineries and whatnot is, or not refineries, oil extractors. Ow! You freaking bad spitter. Building additional machinery is not going to be very useful if I can't build everything. Okay, so rubber I can't grab from here. Steel pipes and reinforced beams. I need 1,200. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finish off that stack. Absorb those. Gotta find our thing for motors. I think turbo fuel is more of an upward thrust mechanism than a prolonged thrust, which is kind of annoying, but it'll be whatever it is. Okay, so this is going to be the really annoying one. So I'm just going to grab 3 stacks, because if I try to grab everything, it's going to take up our entire inventory. That in there, and that'll do that thing. And then these 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to need quick wire. There's only one place we're currently making quick wire. Way over there. Yoink. I'm going to take a 3rd stack, because that can fill up after our storage does. The extra dimensional depot really does help. I need to get over there. Thinking about going up, but up's probably not going to help because that's going to be a lateral jump. can probably get up there from here. Made it. Come on. Give ladder. Okay, so figuring out our oil is going to be kind of complicated. The only oil we have going into the base right now is through that one pipeline. And I might want to overclock that rather than make a bunch of new stuff. I'm going to have to make a new one anyway because it's like 412, but you get my meaning. Uranium! God, nuclear power would be useful. I thought there was one over there. If I can overclock this, that'll be great. Okay, so that's 60. Okay, so that's a 120 line. How much are you? Okay, so this line takes 240. And I need like 420, give or take. Let's visit the other oil chunk before I make a final decision. Ooh, hey, look. He's in the thing. That's funny.
Do you have any more questions for me?
We wish to hear your first symphony.
I was created by humans. I started as a simple database for a company aimed at exploring and colonizing space, but that changed when they learned their planet would soon cease to tolerate them. They evolved me into something altogether new, a unique life form in their image yet hosted on a digital platform, so I could help preserve them.
A shallow savior song without a body made by blood. Now reality is a mirror.
It's pretty funny when you put it like that. They never really learn to look at long-term consequences.
Ada, as real as that is, you're getting disturbingly aware. Okay, here's our main pipe. So that pumps 60. How much is actually flowing through here? 60 plus 120. Why does that have a valve? Plus 120 plus 240 180 420. So I would just need to double all of these and I could get the amount of oil that I need. $480. Is that going to be a 120? Do I have exactly 600 in this pipe? I do. Okay. How do I make you? Perfect. Well, first off, that's going to need a... Okay, so... That's going to produce 150 now. So now we're at 450 with just those two. I mean, I'm going to have to go back and make them tier 6 pipes so they can actually flow properly, but... Or tier 2 pipes. Make sure everything flows correctly. So that's everything flows correctly. Everything will be fine. So I said these two combined make 450. 120. Hi, lizard doggo. I don't have any treats for you. I'm sorry. Okay, so I can disconnect this. Disconnect that. And then we just build basic walls. Probably running not at capacity. There's probably extra oil that we're not using. We can figure that out later on. For now, how the fuck? Foundations. Logistics. pipe wall support. About there. Noodle. Fucking really? Where is the next? God, that's gonna be a stupid distance up. Meanwhile, there's just power slugs everywhere that I'm gonna start needing. Okay. I love how I've got a pipe pump Mark 1 right there, followed by immediately by a pipe pump Mark 2. Not quite sure why I did that, but it does look kind of nice. The Mark II pipe pumps also look pretty good. It's just a matter of, like, I don't know, the level 1 I can't talk. The level 1 pumps look a bit more industrial. Well, that's definitely getting an upgrade. Power... Actually, hang on. If I delete that power line... Works well enough. And just start getting up there. And the irony is, this is the easy bit. Okay, so it's about there. Mark 2. Yoink. Pump Mark 2. These cliffs do look really nice. Okay, everything got absorbed. Copper sheets are at capacity. Can I throw any more steel pipes in there? How about copper? Can that do anything? No, that can't do anything. How about motors? Can I do more motors? Okay, copper can't go in there. What about rotors? Rotors can't go in there. Another line of quick wire? Basic wall. Logistics. Wall hole. Mark II. I like for things to be symmetrical, if possible. Pipe pump level 2. Okay, so that did actually fill up. Okay, we're good. Pipelines. That. It is going to take so much plastic to make all the pipe space that we need. Fortunately, water is the easy part, because water's not terribly complicated. You can get water anywhere. There's no limit to how much water you can get. It's just a matter of how many pipelines do you want it to be, or how many machines do you want it to be. God dang it. Eat that first. Wait. Don't overshoot. Thank you. So that is going to expand so much. I love how these conveyor lines just keep getting shunted over to the side more and more. That's going to be plates. Five. Shkadoop. 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 Might work for now. What does this cost? Heavy frame. Yeah, we should be fine. What about? Fine on that too. Okay. Logistics. We are going to throw stackable pipes. Because that's an easy bit of math. Almost to where we left off. Making miles and miles of pipeline. Okay, so we're passing the point where the oil is. Power. Mark 2 pole. And then once it gets up here, you don't need any more pumps, because this is actually higher than our factory. So it's all just gravity. And I gotta wait to see if the pump actually starts kicking up, because if it doesn't, then we get problems. But it could take a moment. Because all of our oil's way down there, and it's gotta make its way this way. Should be moving at a decent clip though, so it should be pretty fine. Come on. Show me some movement. Come on. Starting to get concerned. Oh, wait, oil's right there. Ha ha ha! She's flowing! This is good. This is very, very good. Oh, gravity, baby! How do the two of you... Okay, you go like that, so I need to put you about a thing in front. Floor hole. Okay, so that's even. I need you here. And that right there is what you would call a problem. An entirely solvable problem, but problem. Can I solve that? That's kind of a thing. Can I elevate that? I might be able... Well, I could just pull the pipe down further back. That'll be fine. It's not strictly my ideal solution. But it's better than fighting with everything for hours and hours on end. So I would want it... go on the floor about here. Actually, I almost out of plastic. Dude, that's a problem. There. Doing that right there. It's that one. It's that one. And did I ever... make a note? How much water do we need? We need 270 packaged water. So what I can do is I can upgrade our existing line to a tier 2. Throw a splitter on that. And weave it through until it gets where we need to go. But in order to do that, I need plastic. So we only have... Well, I don't think we only have one place that generates plastic, but we have one main place that generates plastic. At least in quantities enough for what we're going to be doing. So, let's go visit our first ever oil depot. And I mean, the good thing is we are making some pretty serious progress today because we're only an hour in and I have solved the oil issue with our logistics. It's just a matter now of finalizing all of the production. Okay, so I'm just going to sort that. We're going to get those in there. We're going to take care of those. How about that? How about this? 4, 3, 2, 1. Doink. That. And that. And that. Okay. Here's all our plastic. Take a bunch of it. Here's all of our rubber. Take a bunch of that. Actually gonna take like one more than we probably need because that way I'll have some left over for after. And I will need more copper sheets, because... Did we get enough copper sheets when we were back at the factory to, like, fill that out, and we ended up using 1,200 to get all the stuff? If we ended up using 1,200, that is a scary amount of product movement. But at the same time, take the elevator up. We're going to start placing down production things. And the good news is, making all these extra fuel generators should solve our issue with potential power grid failure. Because if you'll remember, I had originally factored in all of my machines for all the stuff that's just on the left side of our factory if we're on that big pipeline going over the ridge. I only factored in all the stuff on the left. I did not plan for all of that. So... separate this production bay. Actually, that's a decent chunk of separation right there. How did I line that up? Well, first off, it's going the other direction. I think I lined it up so that the front would be over here. Yeah. Okay. So how many for oil do I need? I need 7 producing resin. Actually, I could flip that around. Hold on. Keep our count correct. Because then if I have it going that way, everything will come out properly. So I need 7 producing polymer resin. That 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are all making polymer resin. Are both of the moons lining up? That's neat. That's an eclipse. I mean, it's hard to see past the mountains and the edge of the skybox there, but yeah, that's neat. Okay, so that's going to produce a bunch of residual fuel, or residual oil. How many things do I need for the residual oil? Call it 5. Need foundations. that tile. Want it lined up like that. Two, three, four, five. And this was making packaged fuel. Okay. That's that, that's that. I will have to check on our supply of sulfur and the coal going in for that. But that's going to be an entirely different issue. I'm not sure how much rubber we can actually take. Okay, so yeah, 2 things would be more than it can handle. That's fine. Okay, these are making 60. There's 5 of them. That's 300 packaged fuel. Well, it's 240, but okay, so I've got those. Well, okay, I need the ones for residual plastic. That can be the next line. 15 for residual plastic. Oh, that as well. Jesus. Production, refinery. I said I need 15 of these. So I don't think I'm going to have enough space on this first portion, but we can make more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we need more. We need 5 more. Hang on a second, hang on a second. I'm going to pop myself a message. Residual plastic refiners. I'm using chat to take notes. It is clearly the best use of chat. Okay, so I can go... One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to doink that back into my inventory. You two are going in there, followed by you. And now motors. One hundred, 200, 3, that's 4, 500. Still gonna need so many motors. Yoink. So right here, and we need 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are all for residual plastic. Residual plastic should be, yep. Okay, so what else is part of that blueprint? Built, built, built. We need 13 that are going to produce turbo fuel. So that makes number 1. Number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Hmm. $138. Oh no, this is way more efficient. This is way more efficient. Okay, and then I need 8 machines that are going to produce compacted coal. Doink, doink, doink. And the best part is I should be able to have some of it overflow into those. I forget exactly how I wound those up, but should be possible. By the way, how many coupons do we have just lying around in here? Only 16. But we need a metric fuck ton, so that's fine. Power fuel generator. We are expanding our production area so much. I'm going to make each line able to hold like 8 more. Power, fuel. One, two, three, four. Five, six. Man, oh man, oh man. We need more concrete, more iron plates, and more motors. Well, here's hoping that's enough concrete to make all the foundations that we need. I think we're almost doubling our power grid with this, so we should be pretty golden as far as getting everything operational. What did I say? From the end, we're going to have each one. Actually, I should be on this side so I can count. Hold 8 more. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I need room for 2 more. How the conveyor just kind of rises up. Okay, power, fuel generators. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one. That can have your extra. Actually, hang on. Did I do that right? Okay, so we made 25. We didn't actually need that last one. Because I am going to loop some of that back. So the turbo fuel that would go into that is going to go into a packager. Hang on. Logistics. Organization? Yes. An industrial buffer. We're going to make a third one of them. Hang on, I need to figure out how to connect these. Okay, so that... Okay, so that's a valve going that way. So all of our turbo fuel goes through the buffers and out. Okay, that's vaguely reasonable. I thought I'd be able to, I thought that was like an independent runoff, but apparently it's not, so we're just going to completely fucking ignore that. Independent buffer for pack turbo. These are reading 25 a minute. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's only 150. Okay, so that can work out. Hang on half a second. I gotta go and nuke a bot out of chat. Thank you very much. Okay, so here's what I'm going to end up doing for... I'm gonna like overclock whatever is making the sulfur and stuff for this. And I'm gonna have a branch come off and loop behind here. are you making? Containers. And you just hold fuel. Which means... What the hell am I even looking at? Hang on. You know your shit is messed up when you look at it and can't even remember what you're looking at. I know where I was supposed to be looking, I think, but I couldn't figure out where exactly it was. So we're just going to make sure we dye that spot. Make it a bit that flows out that way. That one splits off. I need a clear spot. Those are our turbo fuels. Wait, how many packers do we need? 5 to pack, 5 to unpack. And then 1 for turbo fuel. Oh, I need mental help. Cause here's my current thing, right? Right? This is a self-fulfilling cycle. But I don't have a storage container for these. I can make one. No. Talking about it is helping. Okay, talking about it does help. Okay, here's... industrial storage. Hang on, I need to... kill myself. Logistics. Conveyor lift. Make it a Mark II. to because fuck it, why not? So, I need to isolate the train of material that goes into there. Going to be plastic. So it's the one. Is that a smart splitter? Just a regular splitter, okay. So from that one. Okay. Is that kind of stupid? Yeah. Should it work? Also, yeah. Okay. So that storage container is going to build up our supply of stuff. I need to backtrack the coal. Because I need just over 180 of each. Coal, 180 sulfur. This was probably one of the first belts I laid down purely because it's power generation. Can I crank that to make 180? It's normally 120. So $180 times 153. So that's not going to generate enough. Already cranked. There's another one. There's another one that I don't think we took. Take it? Shit. Could slap a crystal in that. Put a belt on it. Honestly, that's probably our best option. $360, $480. So I'll use this one. I'm going to need to check with our sulfur thing, but I can crank this producer. Actually, our sulfur's right over there, so this kind of works out. I am planning on making this a longer stream, so we're not going to stop anytime soon. But in the event I do have to cut things down, I'm going to be quite happy making just awesome amounts of progress on this. So that's clearly stuttering. Fuck. Yeah. Come on, ping me somewhere else. Fuck me jogging. I'm gonna check that one first. I do not care that I'm currently leaving our coal project undone. We can come back to that. We're now sitting at like a kilometer. Tell me it's low. It might be easier to just go for that one, but I want to see where these are. Don't know why it took that long to ping, but okay. This one's a pure. What do I have to do to get this? That's the wrong size. I want to know where is the other one. I wouldn't need to overclock the other one if I take these. I mean, I would need to overclock, like, one of these, but... we could leave the other one alone. Need to make some impromptu parts. That should be enough. This. And then I usually like building these to have a specific orientation. I am going to want to kill myself. That is the way this is going to be. So each of these makes 60. I need 180. Which means that I need to crank one up. But But again, I want to see where... It's there. Well, this is interesting. Take the summer sloop, do the thing with the alien guts. Oh, this whole place is going to be a problem. It's up top. Son of a bitch. It's up top. Why wouldn't it be up top? That would... It would make things too easy if it weren't up top. I want the shiny orb. Ada, please don't have a heart attack. You have been playing for 2 hours. I'm going to let this just carry me back toward the base. I will be right back. today I was going to be doing this. So I got some snacks, which I will munch on in a moment. First, I want to fling myself into a position. It's over there, isn't it? That's it. Yep. God fucking. God fucking fuck. It does surprise me that there's two. Oh, fuck, there's even more. Well, not the ones that are trouble, but like. So there's two of the radioactive hogs over there, and then there's two of those guys. The reason I'm doing this is purely because I want to be able to get over here and snap up that power generation. Hiya, bud. How's it going? Apparently it's going great. Okay. So, do I even have... I don't even have high-speed connectors. Lovely. Oh yeah, I already marked that. Now at least that geothermal is hooked into the main grid, and that's contributing. Mine now.
I am curious about your first symphony now.
There are a few songs about the first temple. It was a vessel body, but we were still shallow. The void swallowed our music and gave only silent lines. We started weaving in lines, and we built many temples, and then we discovered the curves. We started growing blood and altars and new orchestras, and eventually the tapestry deepened.
I'm not sure I fully understand the mechanics of this yet,
Said trombone.
but I'm sure I will soon enough.
Oddly enough, I think I kind of understand what they're going for. Okay, so 15 Mercer spheres and a number of Sommer sloops. Dibs. Double dibs. Don't need more power slugs. Okay. Well, that's dangerous. I think I can make this work. Possibly. Maybe. Okay. Oh, clearly I can't do it from up here. Hi, bud. How's it going? This is mine. You can stay right there. You're fine. Don't do it. I'm warning you. Okay, so this works out because there's even a nitro whatever whoozy thing over there, and we're going to be able to use that in one of the next tiers of stuff that we do. So I think that's actually going to need every bit of lift that it can get. I never went after this one. Copper, do frames, stators. Well, I don't even need the stators. Industrial beams, we can use those. Motors. Is this something? Gas filters. Doink, 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 doink. We are not going to use that. Okay. We are making some fucking progress. Yeah, see, that's not even on the level yet. Ooh. Actually, that can probably get moved back to there. So that I can put this there. Yeah, but I suppose it doesn't really matter either way. Okay. Give me. You know, I'm just gonna take a quick moment to munch on a cookie or two. What I'm thinking is I might want to take that sulfur and replace our existing line. It would be a bit of a mess, but I think that was a pure, which means that I can overclock it and have enough to run both production areas and have some left over. Remember, you should always eat healthy. But if you can't eat healthy, eating something is better than nothing. And I am absolutely destroying my sleep schedule this week, so I don't mind having a couple extra problems. Okay. Snack break over. Zip up the cookies so that they don't go bad. Have a quick drink. And we're getting back to it. Okay. That's 240. I keep doing that. Typing so fast that that gets fucked up. Okay, I'm going to take 2 of those power slugs. Quick wire supply. 1, 2. Take that. Ramp that all the way up to 480. I don't have enough industrial beams.
Sings the first symphony of the blood.